Many instances of paranormal phenomena have been reported in this desolate place. Events that may reflect the area's tragic past.
Through.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ninjas Podcast. We talk all things paranormal. I'm Ken James, and this is Jason McKittrick.
Hey, folks.
If we're going on Hell or Dwell in the Dark, we want to talk about it. And tonight, spooky little town, spooky little village, spooky little house.
This is almost Mount Rushmore material. I mean, this is a big one.
For a little house, big story.
Big time.
Big time. Lots of stuff associated with it. The bass gets played up there, and we all know it. The Sallie House, gang.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple TV shows from the 90s have investigated. Some of the best ones have gone there. Unsolved Mysteries, Sightings. Unsolved Mysteries went there, right? No?
I don't think so, but it was blasted wide open by Sightings. Tim White himself traveled there.
No Unsolved Mysteries, but Sightings, Ghost Adventurers, Ghost Hunters, Ghost Fingers, Ghost Touchers,
Ghost Blasters,
Ghost Suckers, Ghost Mothers, Ghost Fathers. They've all been there.
Yeah. Ghost
Brothers.
They haven't been there yet.
No, they haven't.
No.
Get on board. Yeah, we're going to the Sallie House tonight.
Yes, sir.
And if you guys don't know this, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Because this has been around for a while, and it actually has some of the most compelling stuff associated with it. So this might not just be a shit session like we like to do on certain things, but
this is just trash talking for a half hour.
Yeah, right. No. We're actually gonna go into it and discuss some of the stuff that we like and don't like about it. But before we do that, I will be bringing you tonight's haunted headline. Thanks, Peter. This one is, congratulations on your new home. By the way, it might be haunted. Disclosing ghosts is a very spirited area of the real estate industry. Here's what sellers decide to say or not to say. When Julia Park Tracy and her husband, Patrick Tracy, bought a 5-bedroom home in Grass Valley, California in 2020, for $280,000. Oh my God, I wish that was the case. From Penny Hughes, she didn't disclose on any paperwork that the house was haunted. But Julia says the seller, who was about 70 years old, did jokingly say things like, "Oh, of course it's haunted. It's an old house." Then Hughes died on the day she was moving out of the home.
Wild.
As soon as Julia, a novelist, that kind of throws it off, and Patrick, as an HR consultant, moved in, that throws it off too. She says coins started showing up. We found pennies everywhere in the most random places. She says shiny pennies turned up for several years where she had already scoured. It was like she came back every night and seeded the ground with the pennies. Tracy says it was weird. She didn't want to leave, and by God she didn't. Hughes' daughter, Dearlyn Wiggins, 55, a semi-retired landlord, confirmed that Hughes was reluctant to move out and had a heart attack while readying the move truck to leave. That sucks. She loved that house. It was her heart home, says Wiggins. She thinks the dispersing of pennies for the Tracys is something her mother, whose nickname was Lucky Penny, would do. She was pretty playful and fun and full of mischief. Wiggins says that in the past, she and her family did think the house was haunted. She'd hear stuff in the attic, and Mom said she would see things float by. I know that, which is the float by thing is...
Yeah.
But the rules surrounding disclosure in the sale of a supposedly haunted house have been a few surprises. Deanna Ramowitz, Associate Counsel for the National Association of Realtors, says that only 4 states address the idea of paranormal activity in the context of home sales. In Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Minnesota, a supposed haunting is explicitly listed in disclosure rules as a non-material fact that does not need to be disclosed to potential buyers. In all states, neither seller nor agent can misrepresent the home's history if they are asked. Would Reimowitz herself live in a haunted house? If there's blood running down the walls, probably not, she says. But if it's like some weird flickering lights, I don't know. Having a little guardian ghost might not be so bad. Florida real estate agent Wes Pierce doesn't believe in ghosts and thinks the current rules about disclosure are fine. These claims are impossible to prove, he says, and such subjective claims could unfairly tarnish perfectly good properties. A man with some sense.
Yeah, because what's the end goal or like end result? So what if it's haunted? Do we have stories of people moving into a house and fuck them ghosts murdered them?
Only in movies.
I'm just saying.
Well, the fourth state that overtly addresses hauntings is New York. It's notably also the location of the so-called Ghostbusters case. In that case, the plaintiff wanted to back out of a pending sale and get his deposit back after he found out the house had been widely touted by its owner as being a haunted house. A decision ultimately stated that if a seller is broadcasting that the home is haunted, they can't say that they don't need to disclose it.
Huh, okay.
So, and there's more. There's another case that
I just wanted his deposit back.
Right. He was just like, you know what? I found another house.
Yeah.
Want that one.
Yeah.
But how about that, gang? That's fun.
It's a rollicking good time,
isn't it?
I think so.
I mean,
I would kind of be like, that'd be awesome. Like
yeah.
when we got this house, I asked your mom. I was like, hey, is there anything in the disclosure about it being haunted?
Yeah.
She's like, no. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
She's like, they don't put that in Pennsylvania. She's like,
Yeah.
no one would say that ever.
Yeah. Right.
She's like, because that would just freak people out maybe.
Yeah. We had some times I used to go on showings with her or listings, like all this stuff. I used to go with her and like. Some weird stuff would happen sometimes, and she had some weird stuff. And like, the one time I faked sick, and she came pick me up, and I had to go on her showings with her.
Yeah,
I'm in this one room, and like,
she's like, "Damn it, Kenny."
Yeah. But she was like, "All right, well, you have to come to work with me,
Yeah,
because I know you're faking."
Yeah,
and I was just like, it was this one place. I think it was Trevos. I think it was the Vos.
The Vos.
And I was literally standing by this like cabinet with all this like china in it, and no one else was walking. It was me, and all of a sudden everything started shaking on it.
Interesting.
And I looked at my mom. I was like, and she was like, "I think someone died." Like to be the over. You know my mom. You know Sharon.
Yeah. Don't think about this when you're going to bed. But somebody died here.
Yeah, but it's probably a ghost.
Yeah, he's right behind you.
Yeah. She spit in the Maloiks over. It stopped.
The Maloiks.
Yeah, but that's fun. I love that stuff. I love that.
It's fun.
Have you seen that show on Sci-Fi, Surreal Estate?
God, no.
I want to check it out. Actually, it might be fun. Is that
what it's about?
It's about there's this one group that actually can sell these haunted houses because they have to deal with it. They
I don't know. I don't have regular TV, so I don't even know where I'd be able to see it. Hulu has it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punish my wife with that for that Paris Hilton bullshit.
Yeah, that's a good call. But honestly, it does look fun. And I was like, I've seen some of the ghosts and stuff.
Surreal Estate.
Surreal Estate. When I first saw it last year, they're on season 2. I saw last year and I sent it to my mom. She's like, that looks fun. I'm like, Mom, I expected a better reaction.
Yeah.
Be better.
Yeah.
Do
Why
better,
aren't you
Mom.
on the show?
Yeah. Well, we have to go to her. I think we have to do that.
Yeah.
We have to like renegade, like going like, record.
We got to get your mom.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? I'm saying it now because we have plenty of time. We should do a Mother's Day episode. Record my mom's stories. Record your mom's stories.
We could even do it like a Zoom with like
My mom comes here often enough. I just got to record her next time.
Yeah,
if I just record it on the phone, that's good enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Yeah, if you're a hack. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. My recorder is fun because it sounds shitty. I like that.
Yeah.
I like how it sounds like,
like you want to hear a demon voice on there.
Exactly.
It's shitty,
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what was that?
Whoa, what was that? I think he said kill yourself.
I love
all I hear is
I love how like it advertised it was like highest quality, of MP4. And then I'm like, this thing sounds like a Yak Pack from like the 90s,
The Yak Pack.
But I'm like, but you know what? I'm cool with it because it alone sounds spooky.
I'm into it. Beautiful.
I am too. All right, guys.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah. Well. funner days ahead.
Sure.
But in this episode, we're going to talk about the Sallie House. Mm-hmm. And for those who haven't watched Ghost Adventures and all those shows, Sallie House is one of those ones where people buy a place and surreal estate, and wild things start to happen.
Yeah, they sure did.
Cats get killed.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Well, the Sallie House has not just been called the most haunted house in Kansas, but the most haunted house in the entire nation. And it might have something to do with the rumors that tell of a little girl named Sallie and how she met her tragic demise at the hands of a surgeon's botched surgery right inside the house. Mm-hmm. So, built in the mid-1800s in Atchison, Kansas, the home is located at 508 North 2nd Street. You can look up on Google Maps. It doesn't look like nothing, but they make it look a lot better in the show. And has seen its fair share of history throughout the years. Passing hands multiple times, the home is rumored to have once housed a little girl named Sallie, who actually died in the home during a wildly unsuccessful makeshift appendicitis surgery. But it wasn't until the mid-1990s that Sallie's tragic story gained local and national attention. Then owners Deborah and Tony Pickman, these guys, began to notice strange occurrences in the home, including attacks on Tony, unexplained voices, and even finger marks on candles that lit themselves. Spooky. Very spooky. So, who is haunting the Sallie House? Could it just be the spirit of Sallie herself? Some believe that there is more to the story, including reports of a middle-aged woman who is said to be behind the frightening attacks.
That's creepier than a little kid, I think.
I think so.
It's like in Sixth Sense, like, look what you made me do, you know.
Yeah. Yep. So, like we said, built in the 1800s, the home has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, a modest home, but it's filled with ghosts. It was built for Michael Finney and his family, who lived in the home until 1947. 4 members of the Finney family died of natural causes in the home throughout the years, and the home housed multiple families during its time.
It's not so funny.
It's funny.
It's not so funny.
All right.
That was the joke. Anyway, beep, 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 beep.
None, however, would be as memorable as the Pickmans, which, you know, that's the couple from the Sightings episode. Yeah. This young couple, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, bought the home in the 1990s. They soon started to experience strange, sometimes even violent occurrences in the home. These days, the home sits as a spectacle, a macabre attraction for ghost investigators hoping to solve the mysteries of the home. Mm-hmm. The home has been said to be the location of almost every type of ghostly activity.
Yeah,
we got apparitions, disembodied voices, objects moving on their own, shadow people, attacks. You name it, man. They got it all here.
Yeah, it's a party over there.
It is. It's a ghost party.
It's the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, sure. This could be why the home. Yeah. This could be why the home gained much media coverage over the last 20 years. The home has even been featured on popular television shows such as A Haunting, Unexplained Mysteries, Ghost Adventures, and most famously, Sightings.
Just shove that in my mouth.
Yeah, man, Tim White blew that wide open. He came there and was like, pulled his sleeves up. He's like, what the fuck we got going on here?
Yeah.
He's like,
where's Peter
bullshitting
James?
Me? Yeah. Peter James.
I'm coming through.
Yeah. The activity has been so severe at times that some believe the hauntings in the Sallie House could be demonic.
Oh, no.
In
You're
nature.
Kidding. You're kidding me.
Others believe that the Sallie House is home to a portal of sorts.
I'm terrified.
That allows entities from the spirit world to enter our physical realm.
I mean, sounds legit.
Regardless of what lies behind the walls of the home, there's one thing everyone agrees on. The home is extremely haunted.
Everyone with a TV show? Or
yeah. People have stated they've seen the apparition of a young girl for themselves, who many believe is Sallie, as well as the apparition of an older woman standing in the windows.
Creepy.
Candles are known to light and burn on their own. Objects pick up and move through the air on their own, and others have reported disembodied voices of men, women, and Sasquatch. I'm sorry, children.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the ghost of Sasquatch in a house? Fuck that.
It's all I want to see investigated, but I don't want a part of being there.
No, who would?
I can tell you who would. Peter James.
Well, he He's got it.
Yeah.
Scratching on the walls at night is commonplace, alongside the sounds of furniture being moved around in rooms that have no furniture in them. There have even been reports of more physical attacks and possessions. So, though the home is referred to as the Sallie House, there's no steadfast proof that a girl named Sallie ever resided there. However, there are reports of a man named Dr. Charles Finney owning the home and operating his office out of the first floor of the residence. The legend of Sallie arose when Dr. Finney attempted to perform emergency surgery on Sallie, which resulted in her death. 2 versions of the Sallie story exist. You ready?
Yeah, I know one is really horrific.
Yeah. One being that a woman rushed to her ailing 6-year-old after the girl was complaining of severe abdominal pain. When Dr. Finney realized the girl's appendix was on the verge of rupture, he opted to perform her surgery at his residence without any anesthetics. She later died on the operating table. That's awful.
Yeah.
In the other version, Sallie was born as the result of an affair that Dr. Finney was having. When the little girl became ill, her mother brought her to Finney since he would not allow her to go to the hospital for fear that his extramarital affairs would be exposed. Instead, he performed her emergency surgery himself. While the Sallie story can't be confirmed, it's no legend that the home has seen its fair share of dark events. So, yeah, the latter story there, I thought he killed her.
Yeah, but I like the former. I think the former is better than the latter. I think
yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah, but I think that's more realistic. I think that other thing was added to the the first one. It's like a doctor tried his best. He knew the appendix was about to rupture.
Yeah.
He tried his best to do it there because we don't have time to travel to rupture, and it still did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
was what, the 40s, the 50s?
It doesn't say. I mean, he built the house in the 1800s. So, and this is the he built the house. So this is this is sometime.
Yeah, so this is way before that because the one family bought it in the. But yeah, so I would think way more than like we don't have time to get anywhere.
Yeah,
let's do it here.
Yeah,
and I think if anything, that's the truer of the legend.
Right.
And like I said, the extramarital affair thing was tacked on to get the juicy. The ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's anger here.
Dirty doctor.
Yeah. Who knows what else he was up to?
I know. It was discovered in the early 2000s that a pentagram was drawn on the basement floor of the home. Yeah. Satanic ritualistic remnants have been discovered, as well as luminol test that was performed, which highlighted signs of blood spatter in the closet of the master bedroom.
It's an old house.
Blood spatter in the closet? That's fucked up.
When my dog bit my foot open and my wrist, blood went everywhere.
All right.
But, yeah, the blood splatter in the closet, that's, okay.
I mean, if I went around this house with luminol and I found blood spatter in places, I'd be pretty freaked out.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, no, but, but mixed in with the pentagram, it's like, the one hand doesn't have to be,
one was downstairs, one was upstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Master bedroom.
Right, but I don't know.
You hate it.
No, I've left blood in a lot of places.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay.
These pants.
See it from space?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Crime scene.
No, I bet. Yeah. So after Tony and Debbie Pickman moved in, a month passed without activity. Once they began to settle into their new home, lights started to dim on their own. And animals began to act strangely. Oh, the dogs always know. Dogs do the whimpering. Cats just bug the fuck out.
My dog's an only whimper. Like, King, still. He... Like, Bruce doesn't give a shit about anything other than, like, do you guys love me?
Yeah.
King, like... I told you, like, even though it's all bullshit, but that second season of Hellier, when they started hitting those frequencies, something fell in the kitchen, and King, well, before something fell in the kitchen, King got up and he just started looking, and was like, and he would do it a lot, like he would actually be like, that hallway that was there.
Once you hit those weird notes that you're not supposed to know about,
seriously, and I remember I was texting you about it, and I was like, dude, what the fuck, and. He started looking, and then something fell out of one of our cabinets, and I was like, "All right, King, just go back to not looking at ghosts. Like just leave it alone."
Yeah, just leave it alone. We're trying to watch, the Dark Side of the Ring.
Exactly, and then don't bite me in 3 years. But he did anyway. Didn't listen. Twice.
Right. So after the birth of their son, the activity picked up even more, and strange molds grew on household items. That's weird.
Yeah.
At one point, the couple even returned home from a day out to find all of the nursery's stuffed animals in a circle on the floor. He's like, I hate these stuffed animals. The ghost was like, God damn it.
If I see one more stuffed animal.
Yeah. That night, Tony began to feel intense burning on his back, and it was later discovered that he had 3 significant scratches running down his spine.
Yeah.
It was Wolverine.
He wishes.
He wishes Weapon X showed up.
Yeah.
After learning the home's history and about the story of Sallie, the Pickmans attempted to embrace Sallie as a sort of phantom daughter.
Well, the mom did.
The mom, yeah. Tony wasn't having it. He was like, what was this sick black magic satanic shit? And then he threw a chair. Yeah. The Pickmans, like, I don't know.
Well, you also, too, if you see the interviews with them, like, it gives a little more clarity.
Yeah.
If I could find a clip.
Yeah.
She had left for work. I had the day off. And that morning, I just sat and would watch her get ready for work. And the whole time I'm thinking, I just want to hurt her. I wanted to stab her, to be honest with you. That was the thought going through my mind.
When we pulled up, there was a huge, dark, shadow person getting up out of a rocking chair, almost like someone had been sitting there waiting on us to pull up, and oh, here they are. Let's get ready.
Hopefully you just heard how the the mom was kind of dabbling in the wrong way, I think. Like, believe it or not, whatever you believe in, if you don't believe that you can do anything to influence any of this kind of stuff, I personally kind of do. And not in, like, the way of the Warrens or anyone that, like, tells you this is the archetype or architecture of communication with spirits. I do believe, just because of things in my life, I do think that you can, call things in a negative way. And I think she literally did by building some kind of attachment to something. Yeah,
it's definitely kind of weird. Whatever that manifestation might be.
And that's the word, manifestation.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, even just if you don't even go that deep, like having an idea that you're embracing a ghostly daughter, I'm like, could you stop?
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
This is fucking weird.
Like, why do you have to do this? Like, you have an actual kid.
Don't do this. Sorry.
But seriously, like, I know
it's super weird.
From when we started this podcast to now, too, like, my whole thing kind of has changed with, like, all this. Like, I realized a lot of stuff that I did think was, like, almost canon was like, oh, this is all Warren horseshit.
Yeah.
And my tune had to change, and I had to, like, reassess my believies. And, like, but I still think, like, something like that. Like you said, like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But what does it bring in? Like, I'm not saying I know what it is, but what is that it brings in?
Yeah, in no way is it a good idea.
No, right.
So soon after she started this weird shit, the attacks on Tony, I almost just called him Stony. I don't know why.
Because you're a Pauly Shore fan.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
And it was just Thanksgiving. You watched Son-in-Law like you do every year. It's a Thanksgiving movie.
I didn't. Weird. So the attacks on Tony continued. During their child's birthday party, a doll even caught on fire for no apparent reason. Now, he was like, I'm tired of picking this fucking thing up. He lit it on fire.
It's like my mom's house.
Look what the ghost did.
Yeah, the ghost did that. I told you that where, like, my dad saw one of the toys melted. It was one of the, it was either a He-Man toy or it was one of the Thundercats. It was like the one that, like, the leg is melting. It was such a wild childhood. It was such a fucking
It seems like your parents were battling each other through paranormal, alleged paranormal events.
Yeah. My mom won.
Yeah, looks like. Yeah. Who's on the other side of the Ouija board now?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
Your mom got...
Yeah, spit through the molex, man. Yeah. She wins. The Italian beat the Irish.
I guess.
He didn't have any potato magic, you know?
Oh! How many fettuccine did that cost?
To whoever we offended.
Both of our backgrounds.
I know. Look, fuck your mother.
All right, fuck your mother, James.
Yeah, James.
Yep. So after 2 years of being assaulted mentally and physically in the home, not even talking about the ghost.
Yeah. No.
The Pickmans finally moved out. Debbie Pickman now believes that Sallie was not the spirit of a little girl, but a malevolent entity posing as a child in order to gain the trust of the family.
And she was like, I feel so duped. I feel so betrayed.
Yeah.
By my fake ghost daughter.
Yeah. And he just looks at her. He's like, hey, Debbie, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Yeah.
She's like, what? Before she could even say what, just bang, right. Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw an interview with him. It was on Ghost Adventures Aftershocks, I think, and they're divorced. He's like, I don't really know what happened here. Like, you could tell he's just trying to he's like, but I could use a paycheck.
Yeah, he's like, give me some money and I'll brush over this.
Yeah.
Because even when they went in.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it was some weird shit.
He's got like the like rose thorn bush tattoo around his arm, or like the barb, whatever you want to call that. Tribal, you know, like.
I just look at him and I just think Coors Light.
Good call.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yep.
Because you could drink a lot of it, it doesn't fill you. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would try to tell you how good Puddle of Mud is. You know what I'm saying?
Oof. Dude, you're nail on the head a lot. Yeah. Don't do it to me, man. I gotta drive home after this. Brush that off. Mama, whatever Italian prayer that you would do to the other gypsies.
You just gotta eat 4 fettuccine.
4 fettuccine,
Right,
that'll get me okay. We go upstairs, just hit me with garlic, salt, and basil. I'll be fine to go home with.
Yep. So, according to the ownership today, there's like a tricky, like they don't really. It's a little odd, but.
Because Zach bought it.
Probably. The official owner, according to the website, is Les Smith Jr. That's a plant.
Yeah.
Has been the actual owner of the home for over 20 years. Those who dare to enter the home could take a tour or even stay the night in the home. And
Les knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. It's a shell company for vegans. But honestly, that's the full story because a lot of it's conjecture. We have the sightings episodes where there's that famous, they come in, they're like, and they're on film, however, whatever trickery they do, but they're like, look, he's getting cut on film, and they're like, and they see it going like this. And then, what was it? Was it like a follow-up episode where you have some like magician? He's like, let me tell you how he did all that.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
But see, here's where it gets crossed because I've seen all 3 and I confused Unsolved Mysteries with it. But there's the Ghost Adventures. Yeah. There's the sightings, which like you said, Coors Light nailed it. Puddle of Mud nailed it. Yeah. Like you killed that.
All white New Balances.
Yeah. But
the jeans that are very light blue.
Yeah, and also, there's some like leather sandals somewhere in there. Yeah. I guess silver chain, white T-shirt, but kind of frosted tips, like
a marlin fishing kind of T-shirt.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's
4 years ago when he went down to the Keys, had a great time. Ever since he's been back with this bitch, he can't stand it.
Yeah,
he's had enough.
What's called an undershirt, like a tank top undershirt, tan.
Yes,
under his shirt.
Yes,
but I mix them up, but like even with that, like. They still went for it, and they brought the young psychic in on Ghost Adventures. That the young one for like whatever.
That weirdo one that they had for a while. I don't know.
These guys, I don't know.
I could never.
I could never. These guys. I just it got weird, and like here's where things get weird too with that kind of stuff. Like they don't want to give up those hot spots, right?
Yeah,
because they know it's still a gold mine, actually probably a silver mine, because it's a low-key spot that you can go back to and bring up and reinvigorate the story every 10 years. And that girl was down there, and he got scratched again, of course, on the, but they didn't even talk about in that him killing the cat,
because I don't think that's like, I think they just said that just for that sounds, when they said that sounded so made up to me that, like, I don't think he could say it with a straight face after the one.
I think the other part of it was was the fake part.
Okay.
I think he, in a fit of rage, killed the cat, and then spun a story that, oh, I was possessed and I was going to kill her when she came home.
Okay.
I think he killed the cat.
Okay.
And then was like, oh, and she got home and she was like, you know, you didn't save any Coors Light for me. There's only, 3 left. I got to run back to the store.
And then he kissed his ring.
Yeah, and then and then the cat was dead. And she's like, now we got to get another cat.
First of all, I don't know how the fuck he killed the cat because
knife. He said a knife.
Okay. Wow.
Like Michael Myers style kitchen knife.
Okay. A butcher knife. All right. I don't know, man.
They call that a butcher knife, but I consider that like a butcher knife. Like I consider like the square one to cut the bone.
That's a cleaver.
Cleaver, yeah, you're right. Then a butcher knife, I consider the filleting knife. No,
nope.
Okay,
it's a butcher knife. Yep.
Don't do this.
No, I mean there's the one where he has like he had the rose that they were holding and had a burnt tip. I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, even at the time, it's like he's like, and the cameraman comes in. I've been here the whole time. No one touched that flower. Yeah. It's like, don't
and
be
the
so.
matches fall out of his pocket.
Yeah, it's like, don't be so eager, man. Yeah. It's like,
well, here's the thing. A lot of people have had experiences there, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason that it is one of the Mount Rushmores of American hauntings. But this the most famous one recently with this dude and his wife.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's the grab. It's the grab, like when he's falling. But they didn't go over like this. There was a lot of domestic abuse on both parts.
Uh-huh.
She hit him, he hit her, all that wild stuff. And that friction might kick up some dust.
Maybe.
Might cause her to have some imaginary friends,
Maybe.
And maybe it is a demon posing as a girl, a Kindergeist, if you will. But in the same breath, maybe the place is just haunted. And some wacky shit happened there with this one couple.
Yeah.
And the scratches just appear on camera magically.
Yeah. So BuzzFeed Unsolved did 2 episodes there. They did their first season was like episode 2 or 3, maybe episode. And it's one of their ones where they didn't like. It's very like, but their final episode of the show is the Sallie House, which is kind of interesting because Ryan. He's like, he thinks that he got possessed by like a demon there, as he does, and then Shane's just like, whatever.
What a gem! What a gem that we lost to like if they could have just
their new show. Is
I know, like if
terrible.
If BuzzFeed could just take care of their people the right way, and like cultivate a good working environment.
Yeah,
that was the best, dude. BuzzFeed Unsolved was literally the best.
It was great,
and like Shane. He was so funny, but then that one episode with the one YouTube, the one girl they worked with, where he actually kind of got freaked out, because that stuff, because he knew her, he knew the family, and he had that stuff happen.
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for, right? That's the this guy who has been to all these places, gone in the dark, sat there, made fun of it all. When you finally get that thing, it's like, that's the moment you're looking for, and I imagine was the Sallie, they camped out in the living room in the Sallie house, right?
Yeah,
is that with the sleeping bags and Ryan's girlfriend called him.
Yes,
and Shane was just like, I'm up now, like I can't sleep because you kept calling him, and then they did do 2 at the Sallie house.
Yeah, no, it's it has an allure, and if there was nothing to it. I guess no one, someone would have came and gone, I don't, there's nothing here. So it keeps coming back up, so there's something compelling about it, for sure.
Yeah.
I actually before I knew we were doing this episode, my kids like Sam and Colby. I'm not a fan.
You told me about them. I don't even know who they are.
They're YouTubers. They're kids. They're like maybe 19 or 20, maybe even young. Actually, they could be younger. But they're 2 ghost investigators, and they do the whole thing. They do all the sites, but they're like, everything turns into a demon. Everything's a demon.
Well, that's the popular,
I know,
because they're students of Zach.
Yeah, they're trickle down bagans.
Yeah. It's Beganomics.
I took the words out of my mouth. Good job.
High five me. Yeah.
So
Beganomics.
they also had a paranormal investigation there, and they discovered that Sallie is actually a demon disguised as a spirit. It's like, yeah, someone already said that.
The mother figured that out after she got punched in the face by her husband and the cat got killed.
Right. The two also experienced an attachment where the entity followed them after their time at the Sallie House. So it's very they're
all right, Stephen Gonzalez, like
dumb,
the worst.
Dumb.
I would like him and Tango, me, a cage.
Yeah.
I'll wear gloves. They don't have to.
Ugh.
And not because whatever, make your money.
Yeah.
It's because of your stupid faces and your stupid bullshit.
Like this every time he's on screen.
Yeah. And then he looks. He's like, "Well, here's what you're missing. I'm holding a jewel right now, and I'm pretending it's a ghost weapon,
Ghost weapon,
whatever they call it,
the EMF detector."
Yeah, and he's like,
the ghost weapon.
He looks over and he's like, "This will detect the amount of pee that a ghost."
Fist just comes and
right.
That'd be
sick.
It would be sick.
sick.
Is he still on the shows?
Yeah. They took back over. They got the name for Ghost Hunters back
from
when Grant and came back to A&E, and they had the dude Brandon Dalvis, who I told you about, with the dude Mustafa, who are actually good.
Okay,
but
who has it back now? Jason
Hawes, Stephen Gonzalez, and fucking Tango. They have it again.
And what are they doing? Like exploring toilets?
They were doing Ghost Nation.
They pretending to be plumbers again?
No, that's long gone, dude. They're making the greenbacks.
Oh, okay.
You know, and Jason is so bad. Jason Hawes took Zach's, Beganomics, and he started doing the same thing on that Ghost Nation that Zach does with narrating it. But it sounds like fucking Pawn Stars, like him doing it, like the voice of it. And like I'll check it out, especially because there's not much. There's no one doing good stuff really,
It's over.
Yeah, it is. But I still like Destination Fear. I do like Destination Fear. I think it's cool.
Who does that?
That's the one guy, and his two buddies and his sister who he was a cameraman for Beggin. For begging strips. Yeah, for begging strips. He was the camera guy with him that got a spin-off show. Okay. And then when he spoke out about it with the other person that he got canceled. Nick Roth. Yeah. When they both spoke out about it, Zach had them both shut down. He had Destination Fear removed, so they had to literally start a GoFundMe to still do Destination Fear.
Wow.
And they do it through YouTube now and also subscription. And it's still the same show, and it's actually still pretty good.
It's on YouTube?
It is now. It was on. It's on HBO Max now, or just Max, but it was on Discovery Plus, and it was like a sister kind of show. But once the Nick Roth came out and said like, "This is how people treat him." The dude Dakota, who's the main guy on the show, ended up being like, "Look, I've had some experiences. I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me, but I feel bad for Nick because." And then Zach had him canceled immediately. It was nuts, dude.
Wow.
So yeah, he
had such pull.
He does. Oh, dude. He's literally like the Impractical Jokers for True TV.
Yeah.
That's who he is for that whole company, that Warner Brothers, HBO, and all that. Because he's got a big stake, and that's why they put him on all those like cooking shows and stuff.
Oh, dude.
And have him show in. Yeah, like he's.
Oh yeah, he does like Halloween.
Yeah, I'm sure he owns a percentage of the company now because he did so much to rejuvenate it. So like, but no, Destiny. They got some good evidence, and it's cool because what they do is every episode, one of them picks a place, the others don't know where they're going. They're in an RV. They get there, or before they get there, they do like a stop at like something they all have to do together.
Right.
And they go, "This will just prepare you for where we're going," and like it's cute, but like then they get there and they're in there, and the person goes, "Here's where we are. We're at blah blah blah," and tells them the whole history. Wow. And then they literally, after they investigate, do this, they all draw basically a location that they have to sleep in. And like sometimes it's like a complete other wing of the building, and like one person's in the morgue, one's over there, and they leave the cameras up. They get some cool stuff. I would check it out for you. They got this one shadow person.
Did they go to the Sallie House yet?
Probably no, because they do big stuff.
Okay. Like prisons and
Yeah,
Okay.
and they did our bucket list, Waverly Hills. They do a lot of them. It's cool. Waverly Hills is a good episode.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, no. I think this is one of these latter day ones that has become like, it's not, ones that it's not like an older one, but it's, I don't know, this has become like kind of like, stitched into the fabric of all these, all the ghost stuff. Like this one's a pull, you know what I mean? Like you could say Sallie House and be like, oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And Peter James, he felt some stuff.
His stink is all over that house.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah. I don't know. He's the man.
Yeah.
As I look at a sticker on my computer, and I'm just like, hello.
It's a pretty little house.
It's tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you go down to the unfinished basement, and you're like dealing in there, I know you got scratched.
Yeah.
Those unfinished rock walls. You made a wrong turn on a pipe or something.
Yeah. No, it's certainly got like, if you look, the episode art will be a picture of the house, but it's got a creepy look to it. There's
Totally.
something kind of sinister about it.
I really do think something's going on there. I do think the doctor, that lived there, was doing a lot of stuff there in the small town. In the time with all the stuff, he had to do stuff there a lot. I think.
Yeah.
Much like the Belly Room in the Comedy Store.
Oh, dude, the Comedy Store is legendary.
Right, but I mean, much like that, I think procedures, not in the way of,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of stuff had to be done there because he was the town doctor.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff had to be done there, and that leaves some energy, man.
Sure does.
Whether it be residual or
Residual.
residual or residual,
Yeah.
or whether it be intelligent
Yeah.
or demons. No.
Yeah. Well, I think you also get hooked in because it's like, you got the little girl ghost that kind of like, but then, whether you decide it's a demon or it's, she died tragically because of a botched operation, people get hooked in by that because ghost kids, fucking scary.
Yeah. Told you about my Aunt May in Swarthmore, lived there. There was literally reports of a ghost girl that was hopping houses.
Yeah.
And like every resident fucking saw it.
No, nobody wants that.
I know.
I don't want that.
Literally, it was a thing, and I remember they were talking about it. My mom was talking about it, and we were on our way to Swarthmore to go hang out. And I loved my Aunt May.
Yeah.
I loved my Aunt May. She was the coolest woman in the world.
Did she inform you that with great power comes great responsibility?
Yeah, by telling me that joke about the priest in the 69. Yeah,
Right,
when I was
right.
like fucking 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, we need those types of aunts.
Yeah, and she was that one,
Yeah.
She was the greatest woman ever, but she had a kindergeist in her neighborhood in Swarthmore, and
Yep.
it just fed into my childhood lore of all this stuff. And like when I hear about the Sallie House and little kid, it still brings me back right to that.
Yeah. 100%, sir. No, it's
the fun.
It is. I mean, this is the fun stuff.
Like the bullshit we joke about and we talk about, like, all the, like, oh, this person, this and that, Coors Light, all that. But I think clearly there is something going on there. I want to make fun of the ghost hosts. The ghost hosts,
Yeah.
That go in and they're like, oh. I put my hand across the threshold and immediately, and then, Aaron comes in, he's like, dude.
Well, it lasts. Right now, it's valued at $84,000. So it's it's a little one. It's in Kansas.
I should buy it.
It's not on the market.
I can offer him 185. It'll be on the market.
Yeah.
We just have to go, all Zoom from then on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to come out, move out there with me.
Nah, this house probably smells.
I'll clean it.
No, I could probably fit that house in this house.
You could, right here. No, where we record, that house will fit right here.
There's that famous picture on the stairs with the blurry image. There's that, which I thought was compelling. But this is also a purportedly haunted location, haunted home, so they actually have to have this in the listing.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the famous Sallie House seen on sightings. This is right on the Zillow.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. You can pull it up on the Zillow. I like that.
You can pull up any house on Zillow.
I'll pull up your house on Zillow.
You can. And you
I
can
know.
see how
And
much I
that was
paid
my.
for it.
You know,
No, I don't know.
I'll give you 185 for this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you move out to you move out to Kansas, things are a little bit cheaper because nobody wants to live there.
I think though, because there's no jobs.
Yeah.
But I think we should take up one of those ghost towns that pay people to live there.
Yeah.
And we should start our commune there.
The ghost commune.
Yeah, the ghost commune.
I don't want anything haunted. I want virgin territory.
Well, they're ghost towns because no one lives there, but they want you to come live there to start boosting the economy.
the one where they literally.
Well, there's
pay
a
you to
bunch
come
of
live
yeah.
there.
There's a bunch of. That's what I'm saying. And we'll start our own boom town.
We could do that.
And
'cause
then
I could go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't, but here's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll become empty graves, and I'll do ghost tours
I
and
thought
make
this
up
was
stories.
going
No, it is. It is. We'll make a boom town, and we'll make up all the ghost stories. We'll go, this house is the.
You blew it.
I blew it.
You just told everybody.
They'll still come.
Yeah, they will.
This is ODP. Like our.
Don't come. Don't
I'm
come.
gonna come. No, these are peeps, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been here from day one.
Well, I also like the sketch of Sallie that Tony did. That yeah, he totally saw that. Sick, bro.
Yeah. And he's like, he's an artist now.
He's some kind of artist.
You know what I mean? Like it's like,
BS artist.
Let me try to.
Yeah.
Let me try to get this out there. And
I like the anomalous stains in the basement too. There's like a big. I think there was a body hanging or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anomalous stains.
Yeah.
Doesn't get talked about enough.
No. Something about R. Kelly and his Hershey stains. I don't know. Yeah, I went there.
All right.
R. Kelly would investigate here. He's like, what do you mean there's a little ghost girl in here?
And apparently P. Diddy would too.
Oh, boy. All right.
Breaking news. Tom Hanks.
Enough with that. I mean, and that's the Sallie House. We've
it's a tiny little quaint.
Yeah, but if you go in there, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that it's, a little girl ghost that's attached to a demon or any kind of spirit.
Yeah.
I will say that I think there's something in there from a lot of.
Yeah.
I clipped it.
Yeah.
It's she's bleeding out, or the kid's bleeding. Again with this. I don't have the coagulants to stop it.
Yeah.
Bring me my 6-shooter or whatever.
Yeah.
End the suffering.
Yeah, Sally, knock it off. You're going to give me a yeast infection. They're like, what?
Whoa.
He's like,
whatever blood.
Whatever Tim White means. I don't know.
Yeah.
How much? How much you getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doctor that's in there, he knew it was all coming.
Yeah.
Because Sally told him as she lay there dying.
Yeah, she
Somebody came over and she was like,
yeah. She showed him the future.
Begonomics will take over the world.
Yeah. He hit her with the reagent, and she got up. And yeah. Got wild.
Joined that crew. Sally probably was in that crew.
Sally was an early experiment of Herbert West. Not the movie version.
Go see our other podcast.
Yeah, not the movie version.
Yeah. Herbert West, Reanimator by H.P. Lovecraft. Go see our other podcast. Why not?
Yeah, why not? You'll have a good time.
Yeah. Better time than we're having now. No, I'm just kidding. We're having a great time.
Hey, man, it's a fucking Sallie House.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, that really is all there is to it. It's pretty succinct. I don't know about any actual residents living there having full-on experiences because there hasn't been much on that. I mean, it could just be the owners not wanting to talk about it because that is a thing. But
well, there's a landlord too who's obviously like
a plant.
Yeah, totally. But he has obviously people coming in and living there in and out. They're not the real owners.
Yeah,
the
transients.
They're transients. Or just people renting. I mean, we could
transient, paranormal transients. They come in there with their fucking dowsing rods.
Oh yeah, they're finding all kinds of water.
Their
underground.
pendulums.
Yeah,
their crystals.
Yeah. Yes, they have their ghost weapons, like we were saying earlier, and
ghost weapons.
This is going to pick up the residents of
sage. ghost powder.
Yeah, to get the footprints.
I don't know. I was just saying, like, blow it on it so you can actually see the ghost because the powder gets
almost
on.
like Hollow Man.
Yeah, exactly like Hollow Man.
All right.
Without,
Kevin Bacon's wiener.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't know.
He was showing his wiener a lot around that time.
Was he?
Wild Things in Hollow Man, yeah.
I don't even remember.
Hung Dong. But all right, so Sallie House.
Yeah.
Let's go with closing statements here on it.
Okay. It's a tidy little haunting. It's got, a reputation. I like it.
Peter James was there.
Peter James was there, so that automatically makes it ODP canon.
Yeah.
We have a contract.
Yeah, anything he touches, we have to go. Yes. Yeah, and I guess my closing statement is there is something there. But just like any other thing that had a big name in the haunting community, people put their hooks in and they embellish.
Yes.
And they build their own story around it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I guess that's all that's fit to print now. I guess that's all we got. All we got for the Sallie House tonight. And, for this episode of Other Dangerous Podcast, I've been Ken James.
And I've been Jason McKittrick.
And as always, have a spooky evening. Spooky. Thank you for listening to Other Dangerous Podcasts. Have you encountered the other dangers? If so, you can email us at otherdangerouspodcast@gmail.com. And if you'd like to have a discussion about the paranormal, you can find us at Other Dangerous Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. There you can find submitted pictures, videos, and artwork from listeners. We are now streaming on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else podcasts are streamed. And after listening, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you the other dangers.